Welcome to the Poor Man's Retro Game Room, and welcome to my latest pickup video. And I'm going to show you a lot of retro games tonight, and at the end of this video I'm also going to show you what I've got in the box over here that is the biggest retro game trade I have ever made. So I will be unboxing that for you guys, and we're going to take a look at what I received in that box. So let's get started. I'm going to start kind of with the smaller things and move up to the bigger things. So I went to the pawn shop this last weekend. I went to Patriot Pawn down in Sterling, Colorado. Nick is a trustworthy guy, always gives me some really good deals, and I found some NES carts. Man, it's been great going in there. He's had a lot of NES stuff in his pawn shop lately. So Patriot Pawn, Sterling, Colorado. Nick will give you a good deal. He's a good guy. So these aren't expensive NES games, but they're games that if I see out in the wild, and almost any NES game's getting this way, and and there's a good price on it, I'm going to get it. Every game that I did pick up, NES game I did not have in my library, so that's good. And this is the first time owning this particular game. This is Ducktales. And I got it at a very reduced price. As you can tell, there's a lot of cosmetic damage to it. The label is torn, and somebody's taken like a blue Sharpie and tried to fill it in. I'm not sure there. And I will tell you, I cleaned the contacts on this game probably 3 or 4 times before it would fire up, but now it works perfectly. It's the first time I've owned Ducktales, so I'm glad to have that one. The second NES game that I did pick up is a Konami NES game, and I'm trying to collect all of the Konami NES games. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I've got a fairly good start on it, but I'm sure there's some rare Konami games out there that may take a while to get. But this one is Top Gun. Now, I used to rent this all the time, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this game. Brings back a lot of good memories. Not the best game in the world, though, I'll just tell you that. But it's fun, and it does bring back a lot of good memories to me. So, and then I also found one of the best sports games that is not Tecmo Bowl on the NES. And I had it back in the day, and I loved it then. I love it now. I'm glad that I could recollect ice hockey. So, excellent game, and some of these are in just mint condition. I take all of them apart, clean the contacts on them, so. Anyway, the next one is an SNK game, and first time I played it was testing it out, and it is Iron Tank. Very cool game, and I really liked it. It's kind of got an Atari Warrior or Commando, feel to it. Vertical shooter, and you're in tanks. So, all right. So the next one is a trade that I made with Joshua Moore in our trade group. This is really cool. This is big. So I traded him a complete NES system that I had gotten cleaned up. It's running great, and so I traded that to him for a proper SNES. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you've probably seen that I had a SNES Junior. Well, I've always wanted the bigger console. RGB is possible on the SNES console, but the really cool thing about this is he had it recapped and modded to play Japanese import games. So that is very cool. And as you know, Japanese import SNES games are usually cheaper than the US counterpart. So I also traded him a GameCube, and he threw in Super Robot 4. And this game, I'm going to have to tell you, it's going to take a little while for me. I'm going to have to get a guide just to kind of get through the menus, but it looks very cool, and from what I see, and I did play it a little bit, got through the menus, kind of got into a little bit of the gameplay. It's kind of like a mech or a robot turn-based strategy game from what I'm seeing. So that's pretty much right down my alley, so that's very cool. Thank you, Josh. And he also included Rockman X. So Mega Man X. I've taken some ribbing on this channel for not being into Mega Man, and I'm just going to tell you that the X series appeals to me more than the NES series. So that's just me. I know that I might get a few comments on that. But anyway, then the last thing that Joshua Moore sent me, well, there is one other thing. Here it is. The Super Game Boy that fits into your SNES and allows you to play Game Boy games. This is the Super Famicom version, which is very cool, man. I've never seen one of these, so that's cool. He also included the box. Dude, thank you. Joshua Moore, man. Give you a big shout out for that. The last thing that I got from him here in this particular trade, I've traded with him in the past. Always very cool to trade with. Upstanding, honest trader, man. And man, I don't know. I think I owe him a few because I might have came out a little too good on a few of those trades. But he also included the Super Famicom controller here. So not only the Super Famicom, so my Super NES is modded to play Super Famicom games, but now I have the Super Famicom controller. This thing works great, and I've actually been using it a lot. This is my new go-to SNES system. I love it. Man, I love it. It is awesome. So thank you, Joshua. Man, big ups to you on that. Alright. So, the next one is a pickup. And I don't know... If you're in the trade group, you know that I've been looking for an Atari Jaguar for a very, very long time. And when I first found Gunnack for the SNES, I got it for $1. I'm going to put a card up here. You can look at that original video and the story behind it. The first thing that came into my mind when I saw what that game was worth was trying to get into a Jaguar with it. Trying to use it to help me get into either a Jaguar or Jaguar games. So, I didn't use it to get into the Jaguar. I actually went on eBay and I saw one that I was very interested in. Looked very clean, and you know, it had a best offer, so I threw an offer out there, and it sat for a long time, and it expired. I pretty much thought this is done. I'm not going to get this Jaguar, so I'm just going to keep looking. Well, in the meantime, I don't know, it's been about a week later. The seller sent me an offer, and it was lower than my original offer, and I had to take it. So here it is in all of its 64-bit glory, the Atari Jaguar. I finally have the Jaguar back in my collection. I bought this back in the day when it was released. And man, I defended a lot of games on this to a lot of my friends who they wouldn't even look at an Atari Jaguar. Man, I love this system. Glad I have it back. It came with the OEM power supply, which is always kind of important to me to have that OEM power supply. And, you know, there's been other trades where I didn't get that, but, you know, I had one in my possession. So, I have the OEM power supply, and then I have a big shout out to Kinda Cool Productions. I should say Kinda Cool. His channel name is the Kinda Cool YouTube channel. I will leave a description to his channel in the description. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description if you want to go check him out. He's got some really, he's got a good pickup video, good game room tour. I'm trying to get him to do an updated game room tour. But anyway, the shout out is because he sent me the actual Atari Jaguar. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. My camera's not the best, but the AV cables. And it's branded Atari Jaguars, the OEM ones that you had to get. So my Jaguar came with the RF, the original RF, the OEM RF thing, which that's cool to have because that came in the box with it. But man, I don't want to play it on RF. I played it until I got my cables in, and thank you, Jason over at Kinda Cool. Thank you very much, man. It's made a world of difference. Very clean signal. It's awesome. Then the Jaguar came with 2 of the controllers. these controllers have gotten some hate in the past, and I'm just going to tell you, I like them. I do. I liked them when I had them the first time. Playing Doom on one of those controllers is very cool because you can switch your weapons through without cycling through them. You just hit a keypad. You have the overlay, boom, you hit it. You got that weapon. So 2 controllers, OEM power supply, kind of cool. Sent me the OEM AV cables, and then the Jaguar came with Zool 2, and I got it. Zool 2. This is a platforming game in kind of the vein of Sonic, Mario type of game. And you know what? I didn't like it the first couple times I played it. It's growing on me. I like it. I finally made it to like the 4th level. It's a difficult game, man. It is. It's very difficult, and there's parts of it that can be frustrating. There's design issues that you can get hit from stuff you don't even see off the screen. So, you know, there is some frustration there, but if you stick with it, learn it. I'm having a lot of fun with it now. I'm glad this came with this, because it's very cool to have a platformer on the Atari Jaguar. Alright, so it also came with a game called Fight for Life. Yeah, I played about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of it, and I couldn't play it anymore. It looks terrible. Not interested in it at all. If you're going to play a game like that, it better have some nostalgic value to you, because the nostalgia just isn't there for me on that one, and man, it's rough. Now, I've heard reviews say if you learn how to do the moves, put time into it, hey, that's great, and you enjoy the game, that's cool, man. You like it, that's great. Not me, man. Not for me, and I'll tell you what, graphics don't usually kill a game for me. That one's really ugly to look at. So, I can't show it to you because I've already sold it on eBay to help pay for the system, you know. I knew that game was probably going to get sold. It's fetching a... No, it's a lower range Atari game, but it's still helpful. So, all right. So, the biggest trade I've ever been involved with, and I'm going to leave a link to 123 Gamerman's channel in my description, and he's going to be releasing a video, and we're trying to kind of coordinate and release it at the same time, so please check out his video. If you haven't already, and if you didn't come from his video, check his video out. I will have that link in the description. The biggest retro game, video game trade of my life, and we're going to unbox this. So I'm going to switch to a different camera angle, and I'm going to unbox this and show you what I got. What did I send him for this box? I sent him Gun Knack on the NES. The Gun Knack that I found, and the very first idea was to get into some Jaguar games. Well, wait till you see what's in this box. It's pretty cool. I am so pumped to get into this. Haven't opened it yet. I will tell you that 123 Gamerman is one of the greatest guys to trade with. He sent me a video, went through every single thing, everything that's in this box. Every little detail, showed it to me, you know. It was a private video he sent me, and showed the condition on everything before we pulled the trigger. I, of course, took Gun Knack apart, sent him all the pictures I had, so that he could, you know, verify it. I don't think that's. I think that is something that is a very healthy thing. To be very forthcoming with each other. He's very honest about everything. So. Great trade. I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to unbox this trade. So hang in there with me. Here we go. Unfortunately, I no longer have my trusty Punisher knife, so I'm using a box cutter. And I have to tell you, this is the best packed box of video games I've ever seen. He is meticulous in his packing, and it was much appreciated. So there is game number 1, Kasumi Ninja. Complete in box, not brand new, but complete in box, and I would categorize it as close to mint condition. everything's in there. He took everything out in the video he sent me and showed everything that was in the box. I'm going to open those up and play some games here later. So that's the first one. So let's take a look at the next game that he sent me. All of these are complete in box. There's one of them that I'll talk about a little bit more here. So bear with me. I'm trying to open it, but I'm trying to preserve it too. And there it is. Super Burnout, best racing game you can get on the Atari Jaguar. And the thing is, I don't think that the cartridge has been opened because it's still in the plastic, so it's still exactly how they packed it, and it's still in that plastic and taped in it. The box has been opened, but I don't believe the cartridge has, so I'm looking forward to opening that up and playing that. Really looking forward to that game, man. So here is another game that was in the trade. Not all these games are Atari Jaguar games. This is going to surprise you. Yeah, there it is. Shining Force 2, complete in box. There's a little bit of a tear on the cover of the box. It's very hard to see, but man, it is in stellar condition. I don't mind little tears and dog ears here and there. You're going to have that on these games that are this old. So Shining Force 2, complete in box. Very excited about that. Man, I'm excited to open these, but I'm really trying to be careful. So here we go. Tiny Toon Adventures, complete in box. And it has the poster in it and everything, man. It's got everything. Registration cards. I mean, it's complete. Very cool. Never owned this game and really looking forward to playing it. I've played it before, but never owned it. Alright. So the one game that I have really been looking forward to that I owned back in the day, this is it. Man, I love this game. And it is reason enough to own an Atari Jaguar. And that is Iron Soldier, complete in box. Now this one's a little rougher than the rest of them. On the back of the box there's some damage, doesn't bother me though. Still complete, has the overlay inside, everything that you need, man. Everything. So thank you very much, you guys, for joining me tonight. Super excited about this, and I do hope you have a great and safe rest of your day. Thank you.